I've been using the M4 iPad Pro for a while now, and in today's video I want to discuss why I do believe this is a great device for students. I do think that the M4 iPad Pro, together with the Apple Pencil Pro and of course the Magic Keyboard, the current Magic Keyboard, are one of the best combos for students. So if you are excited, drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel, let's get started. So, you currently are a new student at university and you need a new laptop or a new computer in general, and you were thinking, should I get an iPad or should I get a MacBook? Well, in today's video, I'm going to get you a little bit of controversial opinion because I do believe that for university students specifically, an iPad Pro might be better than a MacBook. Because again, I do believe if you are looking for a new computer, the iPad Pro's offers give you something more than the MacBook, more specifically a touchscreen. And this touchscreen might not sound like a big thing, but trust me, having an Apple Pencil and having a touchscreen that works really well with it make the experience of taking notes on an whole new level. So if you love taking notes, handwritten notes, the iPad Pro, it's the biggest advantage. And of course, if you want to take some notes with your keyboard, just buy a Magic Keyboard. This combo is very, very expensive. And in today's video, I'm now telling you this is the best value combo, because it isn't. You can get a MacBook Air, which is almost the same amount of performance with the same amount of keyboard, the same trackpad. It does not have a touchscreen, but it does have macOS, so it has more features. And in general, I do believe that's a better value computer for most people. But for students specifically, getting an Apple Pencil is a big, big thing. Yeah, you can have your notebooks, you can have some things that are way cheaper, but this is not the best value. This is the best overall. And so, an iPad Pro is so good at taking notes with the Apple Pencil, I do believe it's worth taking the extra expenses to make it use. Again, I use this as my main student device. I'm in university, I'm finishing my course, and I've been using this specific iPad model for the last 5 years. This is the M4, so it's the new one. This is very recent, like it's 4 months old. But I've been using the iPad Pro to take notes in university since my high school days. And I love it. It's one of the best experiences you can have. If you have the GoodNotes 5 app or the GoodNotes 6, organizing your notes, organizing your PDFs, your notebooks, it's all so much easier. So again, having an iPad Pro, I gotta tell you, is the best thing you can have for university. It's so easy to use. It also has a great camera, one thing that the MacBook Pros or the MacBook Airs don't have. This front-facing camera that you have faces the classroom, does not faces you. So you can take videos, you can take photos if you are allowed, which makes this also very, very powerful. You can scan documents with it. So you can scan any type of paper that your teacher gives you. You can use your iPad Pro to scan it with it. This is a very, very valuable and very, very powerful iPad Pro or an iPad in general. You can get the iPad Air, you can get the normal iPad 10th generation. But the thing about the iPad Pro that makes it the best is the 120 Hz. This display, this new tandem OLED display is great. It's one of the best displays I've ever seen actually. But it's great for those that like to watch movies, TV shows, or like to play games. For students, man, in your hobby time, it's great. Watching movies, TV shows, it's a great perk to have. But for the specific task of taking notes, the only big upside of this iPad Pro's display is not being OLED, no, but it's being 120 Hz. It's ProMotion. And ProMotion makes this iPad Pro so more powerful because it has less lag, it has less input lag. And so when you are using your Apple Pencil, you can really notice a difference. If you currently have 120 Hz iPad Pro, grab your Apple Pencil and use the screen normally. Write some notes, 120 Hz. See how smooth it is. And then you are saying, oh, I don't really notice a difference. Well, turn on low battery mode. So turn on 60 Hz. And yeah, this will limit your display refresh rate to 60 Hz, not 120. When you do that, try to use your Apple Pencil again. And tell me if you don't feel like the iPad Pro is very laggy, if you don't feel something different while using Apple Pencil. And so, using a 60 Hz iPad, that's the experience. It's laggier. And the input method is not as precise. So, yeah, whenever you are writing with a fake pencil, so an Apple Pencil, this is a fake pencil. You are not putting charcoal on a paper. No, you are simply using a computer pencil. It needs to be as fast and with the less amount of lag possible to make it feel real. And it's important because when you are learning, studies have shown, again, I'm not a medical doctor or anything like that, but studies have shown that whenever you are writing on a piece of paper using your pencil, it's easier to memorize things and you learn faster. So if you want to do that, instead of writing your notes on a keyboard and mouse, you can use the Apple Pencil, and it's a very, very powerful tool for students. So this first part of the iPad Pro makes it very, very worth it. The second part is obviously the iPadOS in general. It's really, really similar to iOS, and nowadays kids are very used to using your iPhones, and using the iPad Pro, it will be very easy. One example, my brother loves his iPhone. He loves his iPhone, but now he needs a computer for university. It's his first year. And here's the thing, should he buy a MacBook? Should he buy a Windows computer because it's what he's used to? Or should he buy an iPad? And we had discussions at home. And I actually pushed him for the iPad because I do believe that the iPad will be very easy to learn. He will have AirDrop, so he can connect with his friends all over. He will have iMessage, FaceTime, very important. He will also have all the apps that he uses on his iPhone on the iPad Pro. The learning curve is much easier. He's in medical school, so he does not need any type of big programs, 3D rendering programs, anything like that. It just will take notes, PDFs, PowerPoints, Word documents, whatever. You can use the iPad Pro for all of these things. So this will be the perfect computer for him. He does not need a complex file system. No, he just needs a great computer that is thin, that is light, that he can take notes with it using the Apple Pencil, a computer that will allow him to use without any type of friction. So because of iPadOS being so close to iOS, it will be just like using his big iPhone. And yeah, whenever he wants to put the computer on the keyboard and use it as a computer, not as an iPad, he simply grabs the Magic Keyboard, it attaches to it, and there you go. You have a computer. Close it up, you have a computer. You have a laptop with a mouse and keyboard that whenever you work on documents, Word documents, PowerPoints, Excel sheets, you can use these very easily with no issues. And yeah, it's expensive, but think about it. Currently, if you buy a good long-lasting MacBook, you have to pay $1,500 or 1,500 euros in Portugal. You can get an M1 MacBook Air, that's great. That's 4 years old, that's great. But you don't have the Apple Pencil. You can buy an M2 MacBook Air, $1,200, $1,100, that's great. But again, you don't have the Apple Pencil. So you know what I'm getting. If you want an Apple Pencil, you can buy a MacBook Air and a cheap iPad. Or you can buy an iPad Pro. And I know there are a lot of students that love to play games on their computers. And you are like, okay, I'm a student. I love taking notes, okay, university life is fun. But whenever I'm in my dorm room and I don't want to watch TV shows, I don't like watching movies, I want to play games. And this computer, this very expensive computer, cannot play my games. And on that, you are correct. Or at least somewhat correct. Because now, you can start playing AAA games on this M4 iPad Pro. I've been playing Assassin's Creed, which is great, on this iPad Pro. It's a AAA game title. You can play it here. Resident Evil, you can play it here. You can download NVIDIA GeForce throughout your internet and play here. So there are more solutions than you think to play games on the iPad Pro. It's cumbersome, yes. Sometimes you are limited on a very, very small library on the App Store for AAA game titles, yes. But it's possible, and I do believe in the future more companies will optimize their AAA game titles to work on iOS. Because if they do, if it works on the iPad Pro, it will work on the iPhone. And trust me, working on the iPhone, the biggest market in the world, it's their dream. It's their dream to make a AAA game title work on the iPhone. Have you seen the amount of AAA game titles ported over this year for the iPhone 16 Pro Max? Next year, double or triple that. So AAA game titles will come for the M4 iPad Pro. I'm sure of that. If you want to develop for a Mac, if you want to develop for an iPhone, if you want to develop for the iPad, all will make it available throughout this ecosystem. And it's a big thing, guys. Trust me. Oh, one thing we cannot forget now is the new calculator app. The new calculator app on the iPadOS 18 is also great. If you are a math student, this will be the most powerful tool you will have because it can solve equations, inequations, it can solve graphs. It's a calculator with your Apple Pencil. It's just like writing on paper, and on your paper it will give you the answer. No need for another calculator. This will be super powerful if you are a student. High school, university, does not matter. So, artificial intelligence, AI, it will be very present on the M4 iPad Pro. Apple Intelligence will be on this iPad Pro. I do believe this is a big, big thing because the future of learning, the future of our education system will pass through AI. No alternative there. AI will be so powerful that it will invade every part of our lives. Is it good? Is it bad? I'm not sure. I wouldn't say that it's actually good for us to learn more from something that we invented that can be biased, which is AI. But I do believe that these small machine learning, not just AI, but machine learning things on the iPad Pro, factual things like maths, can be very, very useful for students. So, yes, Let's see what happens, but I do believe that this iPad Pro will be the future of education. Apple is, like, I would say betting that the iPad Pro will be the future of education, of commercial flights. There's some use cases that I might not like, but Apple is pushing towards using the iPad Pro. Again, if you go into any type of commercial plane, any type of Boeing plane, you will see iPad Pros standing there. If you go into a coffee shop, you will see iPad Pros there. iPad Pros have more use cases than you think. And being great for students, I do believe, is one of the most powerful ones. Because learning, making engineers, making doctors, making high-level students, high graduate students, it's a very, very important task for a society. Giving good education for the most amount of people possible, it's a great thing. And if you want an iPad Pro to help you out on that, it's a great option. So yes, I do believe that the iPad Pro has the advantage over using the M4 chip and AI. And again, why specifically the M4 iPad Pro other than the AI that I've talked about? Well, there's some things that the iPad Pro does better than the other older iPad Pros, specifically the front-facing camera or the Face ID camera. This now is on the landscape mode, other than the other iPad Pros that are on the portrait mode, which is different. Because whenever you are taking face calls, you are looking for the iPad just like this. And if you are looking for the front-facing camera, let me just try to show you on the video. If you are looking for the screen, which I am right now, you will see that I'm looking at the screen and it looks like I'm looking to the camera. Before, it was right here. So if I'm looking for the older position, as you can see, I'm looking to the side of the iPad instead of looking to the front, which right now I'm looking to myself and I'm looking to the camera. This makes FaceTiming way better, Zoom calling way better. Before, if I look here, this is the older position. If I look here, this is the new position. And this is just only available on the M4 iPad Pros and, of course, the older iPads. I think that the iPad 10 has this, but the iPad Air does not. The older iPad Pros, the M2, the M1, the A14X, whatever, A14Z, the 2018, the 2020, they don't have the camera right here. They have the camera right here. This is a big issue. But I do believe that this is a big advantage for students, for even teachers, because now with Zoom calling, lots of online classes, this will benefit you very, very much in terms of quality of Zoom calls. No more of those awkward angles of the iPad. So yes, quick little detail on the M4 iPad Pros that I do believe takes it to another level in terms of online classes and Zoom calling. This, for most people, I wouldn't say is the best value. But for this specific reason, for these specific students or university, they want to take notes. They want to use their iPad to watch TV shows at their dorm room. They want to watch incredible movies when they are traveling on the train or in the bus. Makes so much more sense. The iPad Pro is so much more portable, so much more user-friendly in terms of the iPadOS system, because it's less complicated, less powerful, it's easier to use. It's so close to an iOS system, it's a big iOS device. And this normally is a very big critique of mine for the review of this iPad. But on this state of affairs, on this current situation, the iPad Pro is actually a very, very powerful device. And if I ignore all of my other instincts as a YouTuber, and I just look at my student life and how the iPad Pro affects it, this has been the best thing that I've ever bought for it. So yes, I will recommend the iPad Pro for every student out there. If you have the money and you are looking for the best, not the best value, but for the best computer that you can have, the iPad Pro is it. So let me know in the comments below what you think. Have you ever used an iPad to take notes at school? Let me know all of that in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.